Hello, I hope you are well. For today's spring clean, we will be sorting out my child's toy area. This is where the majority of his toys that he can easily grab and play with are kept. Now, we've had quite a busy weekend with parties, with enjoying the sunshine outside, so I haven't kept on top of tidying his toys, and he hasn't either. So today is an opportunity. He is at nursery and I'm going to sort through his toys, put everything back in place so that we can be a little bit more organised. So one of the first things I have done already is I've gone around the house and filled a basket up. These are the toys that live downstairs, however they have been scattered upstairs. He likes to take his cars into the bath, he likes to sleep with his cars, he's definitely more of a let's sleep with a car instead of a soft toy type of person. So that's what he loves to do. So they do get scattered around the house, but what I want to do is just bring it all together and put things back in their place. So I thought we could do that together. So I love this area for him. Let me show you the area first. In a little corner here, and this is his area. So we do have the play mat on the floor just to make sure the floor is being protected, and he has like his little lamp as well. I love that he's so interested in playing with his toys. But then this kind of happens. So all of these toys here, the big Paw Patrol cars and tractors, all actually sit in this basket. So what he has done is he's just tipped it all out and decided to play with everything in that basket all at once. He's also got such a brilliant imagination at the moment, and he will just really get really engrossed in his play. So with him not being here, I'm not going to disrupt that, and I'm just going to organise things so that things are in their right places. I can have a little sort through to see if something has broken, if it needs putting in the bin, if there's something he no longer plays with, if it needs to go in like a charity shop bag, or we can pass it on to somebody, and just generally get a feel of where things are, if we've got anything missing that we might need to locate around the house. So I thought I would bring you along with me as I do this. So I'm hoping to only have to spend like 45 minutes on this. I might do upstairs as well because we've been reading a lot of books recently. And by a lot of books, I mean a lot of books. One weekend morning, we read all of the Harry McClarys, so we've got 9 in our collection, and we read every single one back to back, non-stop, and he was thrilled, absolutely thrilled with me reading those. So he's really got the engagement around books as well. So we do have books that we brought out for bedtime that we just haven't put away. Also like to look at updating his wardrobe too. I'm one of those people that as soon as the weather turns a little bit nice, I'm like, yes, it's spring, let's do spring. Although I do need to be aware that today is a little bit overcast and hello, you're coming to join me. And that it doesn't necessarily mean that spring is actually here. We've just had a little bit of a glimmer of spring. So I just do need to be a little bit cautious about that. So I'm going to have a little bit of a wardrobe refresh for him as well, and tidy up his books, tidy up his games in his rooms and his shelves too. I think the easiest place for me to start is to just put his big toys back in the basket. He has quite a few of these, and these are brilliant. They're from B&M. We got these a few years ago. I also love the pattern on it, which is like nature, exploring outside. We've got animals, bears and things like that, mountains. So I do love these baskets. So Paw Patrol toys go in here, and that's where I'm going to start. As I'm going along, if there's any toys that are missing anything, so we're missing a surfboard here from this bluey car, I'm just going to pop it to one side And then when I locate the other part, I know then that I've got a complete set. Sometimes things go under the sofa, sometimes things go between the cushions, so if they're not here, they're likely to be under the sofa. And then things that don't belong down here, so we've got a Duplo box upstairs in his bedroom, I'm going to put to one side too. So I've got a box that'll need to be taken upstairs. There we go, I found the surfboard. So this basket is now full, so I'm just going to put that to one side. And I'm going to move some things out of the way. Already, these are some of the things that need to be put elsewhere, apart from the yellow car I need to put in the tyre of that. So already quite a few things that need to be put upstairs instead of here. I have just removed any toys that were hidden under this table for now, just so that I've got a bit more space to work with. These drawers that I got, these are also from B&M. These are so good, they're so handy. For storing toys, because kids' toys are generally either really big or quite small with lots of different pieces. So this just helps to categorise his toys, and he knows where to go to look for things, and he also knows where to go to put things back too. So the bottom drawer here is where we keep our musical instruments, and it is actually kept very nice and tidy, and I think it's because we know where the musical instruments go, and they're quite big really, so we can't really lose them. Now this is where things start to get a little bit disorganised. So this is one of his car drawers, and as you can see, there's not actually that many cars in there because we've used them and played with them, so they're scattered around the house. We also have lots of things in here that are like figurines that don't go in these drawers. So generally I use this one for big toys, so big cars, ones with like trailers and things like that, rather than like matchbox size cars. So if I get the other car drawer out, we're missing quite a few things out of here, and we've got random bits that we can put aside and put away properly. So I'm just going to have a little sort out, remove anything that shouldn't be in these drawers, and then fill them up again with the cars from the basket. My little boy is absolutely obsessed with vehicles, and he has fantastic games with them. He likes to play with a handful at a time. He takes them on little trips around the house, likes to line them up in order, and I always remember my brother had multiple car baskets which were full and overflowing, so it's lovely to see children have such a big interest in things, and this is definitely one of his interests that he's had since he was very young, and the passion is still there. This collection will continue to grow. These drawers are really good because it definitely shows how much of something you have. So by categorising it, I can really see that cars are his interest. It's also great to see that whilst I haven't organised these for a little while, the car drawers were near enough empty, and that's because he's used every single car in the drawer. He's taken every single one out and played with it. It's a good way of seeing what you actually have, and by categorising it, I get a good overview of what we have in the house. So obviously, like on an occasion we buy him a toy, obviously birthdays and Christmases he has toys, and you know, I do think he has enough toys. I know some children will have a lot more, some children might have a lot less. I can only judge it on my own child. And I know for me, I don't really want any more big toys, big cars, because where are they going to fit? At the moment, I really just want it to keep contained to here, and I really want his extra large cars just to stay in here. And it's a way for us all in the family to kind of know where things go. So Jesse knows Paw Patrol cars and big cars go in this basket, and that's where he can find them. His medium-sized cars are here and his small cars are in the blue one. So he knows where to go and look for his toys, and he knows where to go and put them back. So I do really like that he understands where things are too. So if he wants to play with something, he can go and grab it. This drawer is very much about like figurines. So we've got lots of dinosaurs and Paw Patrol characters. So I'm going to put some more in. He loves dinosaurs at the moment. We've got lots of them on his play table. This one. Now this is my favourite drawer. This is the Playmobil drawer, and I love Playmobil toys. Like, I love their little figurines, the little animals. So I'm a big fan of these. And they're really sturdy as well. They're really like playable toys. You don't have to worry about things falling off. They're just really easy for him to grasp and to play with, and they don't have, at least the animals don't have too many parts. With some of the Playmobil sets that he does have, they do have lots of bits, so lots of bits and pieces. And so I've actually put them upstairs for when he's a little bit older. So we do have like a camping set which has tiny little things to use around the campfire. We also have this like house here that you might not be able to see, but that comes with lots of different tiny things as well, like knives and forks and plates. But I don't think he's ready for that yet. I think there would be too many tiny little pieces that we would just get lost. They would, you know, we wouldn't know where they went. So I think right now it's better for him to play with the actual figures and the vehicles, and he's very happy with that. And this drawer is kept tidy. This is very much like his kind of Nerf gun drawer, and so he's just started to get into this again. We get this out occasionally, but this keeps him here. The top drawer is more of like a miscellaneous drawer, so we've got like the pad that he can draw on. We have beads, so we can thread beads. Play-Doh, golf balls, squishy balls, tennis balls, and then a selection of loose tyres. He likes to take the tyres off his cars, and I do think these are mainly all Playmobil ones, but that's something that I need to do. I need to find the corresponding vehicles for all of these loose tyres, but I'm just going to leave those in here now. I don't think that's necessarily a job for today. Move you over a little bit. He's got his table here, so this is his play table. we have a few things that need to go upstairs. We do have some drawings here that we've done too. So we did our Valentine's Day hearts and some painting, which I have had up on the shelf, which you might just be able to see at the top there. He is still interested in playing with this, so I'm going to keep this out. I do like to do like a toy rotation. Just when I notice his like interest in things start to drop, I'll switch it up and change it for something else. But he does use this to play. He uses it to play with his cars in, he uses it to play with his dinosaurs in, and the Playmobil set, so it gets a lot of use with different activities. And the last thing to do is this shelf. So I do like to change the shelf up every now and then. So we've had some Lego toys on there which have been used and have been pulled apart, and I will be tasked with the job of trying to put everything back together. So I do need to locate the instruction booklets because I have no idea. So I'm going to get those down and we can switch it up for something else. You'll have to wish me luck because I don't know. I've got two sets here. I'm going to put them in the basket separately. The whole trailer on this has been taken apart, so I'll have to figure out how to put these back together. What I might do, he has been really interested in football recently, so I might put some balls up on the shelf here, especially with it being a little bit nicer outside. There'll be something we can grab and we can play with, so I think I'll do that. There we go, so I've just put some balls on the top of there that we can just grab. And then I've also brought down this box, which is an explorer box. So because we're spending more time in the garden, if I leave this here, he will go out in the garden, use his magnifying glass, use his little brush, and he can go and collect some things and do a bit of a scavenger hunt. And here we go, this is the finished result. So we've put all of the big toys back in the basket. We've got some of the extra large ones just under the table. Got a new activity for him to get involved in. We've updated the shelves. His table is nice and clean now. His drawers are all sorted. I do have this pile of toys to put upstairs and tidy away, but I'm really happy with how this looks, and I love that Jessie has this area that is solely his in the house. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon.